universe and in my life, God the good, omnipotent. And sit with the truth of that statement for just a moment. Allow it to anchor into your heart. And then repeat it with me once more. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God the good, omnipotent. Our songs this morning are led by Ron and accompanied by Jeff.
Good morning. Would you please stand? We'll sing Surely the Presence, right inside your front cover. Surely the presence of our God is in this place. I can feel his mighty power and his grace. I can hear the brush of angels' wings. I see glory on his face. Surely the presence of our God is in this place. Surely the presence of our God is in this place. I can feel her mighty power and her grace. There's a holy hush around us. I see glory on his face. Surely the presence of our God is in this place. And number 101, please. 101.
are so glad you're here with us this morning, sharing your energy and your smiling faces. And to those of you on Zoom or watching on YouTube a little later, we are so glad that you are with us as well. So, Sky, do we have any first-time visitors today? I look around and it looks to me like everybody's family, but...
We do have Lyle and that's here, so welcome.
Good to see you.
And Mary Louise has rolled in.
So glad you're here this morning, Mary Louise. And Roger Hager is here. Good to see you, Roger, as well as everyone else. For our announcements this morning, we are collecting luggage and backpacks for the Davis Children's Center. If you drop those off here at the church, Dewey Lester will get them to the shelter so that as the children leave the shelter and go to homes, they have something to carry their belongings in. For Sojourner Shelter, they are requesting cereals and non-perishable snacks. We have a barrel at the bottom of the steps, and you can leave those there in the barrel, or there again, just contact Pam, let her know when you'd like to drop those off here at the church, and she makes sure that those get to the shelter. We are a tithing church. 10% of everything that comes in goes out to bless others. And this month, we are tithing to Unity Worldwide Ministries. Now, they are the people who print the Daily Word. They also print these wonderful booklets. This is In the Flow of Healing. We have a few left. I'm going to pass them out for anybody who, Mary Louise says she wants one. If somebody would help me and get those to whoever wants them. They're really, really fabulous stories of people who have used the unity principles in their healing. And they're not doing anybody any good just sitting up here. So take one home and you can incorporate that in your daily spiritual practice. And let's see. The Thursday book study group is at 7 o'clock on Zoom. Does anyone know what they're discussing right now? Barbie or Sky?
We're in between right now, so probably something
to do with the 12 steps.
Oh, very good. Okay, so 12-step discussion, Thursday night in our Zoom room. Coming up on September 24th, oh, yes. Barbie wants to tell us about the weekend climb.
Okay, so today is the last Sunday because all the registrations have to be in by the 14th, which I guess is Wednesday. So if you're interested in doing this hike. Now what this is Unity has decided that we want to have more of a presence out there in the community as a group. An opportunity for us to wear our t-shirts and show up and do something good out in the world. Something easy. This is a fundraiser for the Child Advocacy Center at CAMC. And if you'd like to come out to Kanawha State Forest, and it's on September 24th, Unity will pay your registration fee to join in. There's a 5K run, which is a trail run. There is a 2.5-mile hike. And if that seems intimidating and can't do that, I'd be happy to just lead something somewhere that feels okay. There you go. You know, they've done a lot of work out there on Davis Creek. If you haven't been out to Kanawha State Forest, oh my goodness. They have redone the whole creek, and it's worth it just to walk along and see what they've done with this huge rocks and wood. Oh, it's beautiful. So this gives you an opportunity to join with other Unity folks to have some fun. And Danny and I have done this many years. Stand up, Danny, and show the shirt. Yeah. We've done this many years.
No, I think most years it's going to be, but there's various colors. It's always the same design. So, yeah, come on out and enjoy the forest.
So there's registration forms up here. All you have to do is fill it out and stick it under the door for Pam. and then show up. Any questions? Have I covered everything?
Saturday,
It is Saturday, the 24th.
at what time?
Registration starts at 8. The activities start at 9.
Okay.
So since you're pre-registered, 8:30, pick up your shirt. Easy. Yes, we're going to wear our Unity shirts so we show who we are. Thank you. Oh, gosh. Woo. Yeah, they have hot dogs and things for sale after the walks. We're trying this as an experiment to see if this is something you want to do. Maybe batteries are.
Oh, those are new batteries. Wow.
To just see if this is something you're interested in doing. We want to support this, get you out, have some fun, get together.
No, we're good.
So this is our big experiment. Please show up. That's enough.
Okay, and then on Wednesday, September 28th, the Unravel group will continue at 5:15 in the activity room. Please let Barbie know if you would like to attend that. You don't have to have ever attended before. You can just drop in. What she does is she'll have 3 questions for us that we journal and answer, and then we share or not. It's totally up to you, but it's a great gathering and sharing with other people. I wanted to say other women, but you guys, you're allowed to come too. So that's on Wednesday, the 28th. And that's all I have. I believe Stephen would like to take over now.
Just for a minute. My apologies, my voice is kind of half gone after so much cheering yesterday when Marshall did a whooping on number 8 Notre Dame. But I just wanted to take a quick minute to say, as most of you know, Unity of Kanawha Valley has been on Zoom for a couple of years now. And as COVID reared its ugly head and CDC guidelines and safety concerns kind of ebbed and flowed from week to week, we, tried to ramp up our Zoom experience. So we were giving people who didn't quite feel safe or comfortable to come into the building the best experience we could. And then when we had to shut down in-person services altogether, we really wanted to make that Zoom experience as pleasant as we could. And then as some people started to come back and some people still wanted to stay at home, we were presented with new challenges about how can we enhance the Zoom experience for those online, but also still provide a meaningful service to those in the building. So it seemed like every few weeks there was a new challenge. The board invested in some new equipment to enhance the experience. And we, every few weeks we'd find something else we needed to do or tweak. And then Rich Hopkins, our Zoom Meister, decided to move away. And so now he's helping us from afar. So we've gotten other help through the years. But it was important that we had someone in the building who could step up in that interim time and help us continue to enhance the Zoom experience. And Danny Walker graciously volunteered to do that and did a fantastic job for quite some time. He was a member, but not even a regular Unitic attendee at the time, and he says, I want to do it. And he not only showed up every Sunday, but also spent countless hours during the week here working with Rich and Ron and Sky and the others to help enhance the experience for everyone. So we just wanted to say thank you to Danny, and the board has a gift of appreciation for his service as well.
I didn't know this was going to be the Danny Walker show. I like it. Thank you. I really appreciate your appreciation. It was a very steep learning curve, as Sky and Ron and everyone can attest. A lot of stress. Sometimes I wondered, wow, why? But overall, it was great, and it got to be a lot of fun. And I'm glad that it helped Unity and all the good things we do, and that the people that couldn't be here were able to experience it through the Zoom. So again, thank you very much. This is amazing. Thank you.
Well, it looks like it's over to me, and I'm Sky Kershner, but before I start, I want to pick up on more welcomes, because I've been sitting here practicing as much self-compassion as I could muster, because there are other people here who we haven't seen in a while, whose names I cannot remember. And so I'm just trying to say, it's okay, Sky, it's okay. So Danielle, I'm remembering Danielle's name because I just heard it. Would you introduce the person next to you, who everybody knows, but I can't remember her name? Yeah.
My name is Megan Lyons.
Thank you, Megan. And Megan, would you introduce the person next to you, whose name I'm completely...
This is Julie Pratt.
Julie Pratt, thank you. And I know we've met before, but please tell me your name. We haven't. Okay. Well, then I'm thinking that.
Yeah.
Tell us your name.
My name is Sherry Alden.
Sherry Allman. Let's hear it for Julie and Sherry and Megan and Danielle. Is there anyone else? Oh my gosh. My fearless moral inventory is going on right at the beginning of this service. Good morning, namaste. Somewhere in this room is the written version of what I was going to say today. So I just want to say that. So bienvenidos, shalom, welcome, salam alaikum, aloha. The light in me greets the light in you. My name is Sky Kershner. I want to welcome you and myself to Unity Live and Unity Online. Thank you for being with us from wherever you are. The mission of Unity of Kanawha Valley is to help create and sustain a welcoming community of love, acceptance, and spiritual support. If you're here for the first time or watching us for the first time, I want to say welcome to you. Here at Unity, we celebrate our being alive together. Each of us is worthy of dignity and respect, with no exceptions. And we affirm our diversity. We recognize that each of us is on our own unique journey, and that we are here to support each other in our uniqueness. It is my hope that you will know that you are welcome here just as you are, that you are free to be yourself, and that you are invited to explore some ideas that might be useful in your life. Today, I will be talking about the 12 steps and stepping into a process of spiritual recovery. If you want to know more about Unity, check us out online. If you've been attending and you'd like to consider becoming a friend of Unity or a member, please let me know. Danny, I am so curious to know what's inside that box. Would you just rip it open and... No, it's okay. Unless you're trying to save the wrapping paper. Blanco glass, no earphones. Oh my gosh. Oh. Okay, Stephen, the bar has now been set. The rest of us are waiting. Prayer is an essential part of what we're about here, so let's do that right now. Would you soften your gaze or close your eyes if you feel comfortable? Would you let a smile come to your face and see how that feels in your body to just smile silently to yourself? And would you say to yourself, I discover beauty everywhere, in everyone, including within myself. I discover beauty everywhere, in everyone, including within myself. And if you would, imagine that you are standing or sitting in front of someone you love, or someone you may have loved in the past. Look them in the eye. Let your gratitude for them fill your heart. And would you say to them, thank you for being here with me today. I see the beauty within you. Thank you for seeing the beauty within me. And give yourself a nice big yawn and a nice big stretch. And would you turn to someone near you and would you say to them, thank you for being with me on this journey? And I'm going to go back and say thank you to Megan and Julie. All right. Well, I want to thank each of you for being with us here today. Your being here today is part of the world that we are creating. Every small thing you do makes a difference in your life and in the life of those around you. I want to thank the universe, God, the source of all life and love, for another amazing day on this amazing journey. I want to thank each person who's made this service possible. For Stephen and our bodacious board of broad-minded buoyancy, brilliance, breathtaking balance, benevolence, and badass blessedness. For Barbie, Rich, Laura, David, and Sally. For Pam, our multitasking magician of administrative magic who is holding a 6-week-old baby right now and up in Pennsylvania, I think. For Ron, for Jeff, our hardworking heroes of harmonic harmony. For Janet, this is where it all just falls apart. For Janet, our worship leader today, I'm sorry, I need to, I know I can. I'm going off the old script here, sorry for that. For Ernie Kessel and our Zoom hostess with the mostest, for Rich and Bobby Lee, our Zoom meisters, and for Danny, who's still getting, let's see what you can tune in on there. For, let's see, for our junior bell ringers today, Jackson, thank you for ringing our bell. Right on. And our daily word reader today, Peggy Gunter. And I want to remind you that God is our source, the pen is in your hand, and a new day is dawning for us all. So let's spend some extended time in silence as we appreciate the power of now and this present moment. In 12-step programs, we call this step 11, which is practicing the conscious presence of a higher power. So we would begin with the experience of being here in the room together, the sounds of being in the room. The rustling and the shifting as we become more comfortable. You might notice the experience of being in your body and of having a body. The way the floor supports us perfectly right now. And below the floor, the foundation. And below the foundation, the ancient bedrock of Appalachia. Gravity, the force of attraction, the force of love, holding this whole thing together. You might notice your breathing. The giving and receiving of the breath. This circulation of activity and resting, activity and resting. The taking in, the exchange, the letting go, and the resting. Jesus said, "Seek ye the kingdom." The kingdom is within. It is among you. It is in your midst. And so we ponder this teaching and we go within and we experience the present moment. We know this present moment has certain qualities. This kingdom within has certain qualities. All abundance, all sufficiency, the sense that you and I are enough just as we are. This is the experience of the kingdom within. The kingdom within has the quality of connection, of relationship, of compassion, of repair and apology, of forgiveness, the circulation of repair and forgiveness. Of love, of reconciliation, of tenderness. The kingdom within has the quality of healing. All life springs from this source. The wisdom of each cell of our bodies, the wisdom of each atom in this universe, playing out a design, part of an evolutionary process. All healing, all cure, all acceptance of what is, which comes with healing. And the kingdom within has the quality of guidance. The still small voice still speaks, both through the events of our life and through our internal wisdom and knowing. sometimes through thoughts, sometimes through inspiration. And we open ourselves now to all of these qualities of the kingdom, to the sense of abundance and sufficiency, the sense of forgiveness and connection, the sense of healing and acceptance, and the sense of guidance and intuition. And it's from this place that we reach out to anyone, anywhere, in any need or trouble. Those living in fear, those who are running for their lives, those who are trapped and don't know how to escape, those who are victims of violence, those perpetrating the violence, those who are grieving and mourning. Today on 9/11, we remember those who are grieving those whose lives were lost here in this country, and all the lives that have been lost throughout the globe. As the ripples of each action go forth and create other ripples and other actions. And we remember those who are grieving the loss of loved ones here in this state, especially those lost through addictions. We lift up those who are in recovery. We lift up those suffering from anxiety about the future, guilt and depression about the past. We know that God's presence is available. The consciousness of God's presence is available to each person at all times, regardless of circumstance, with no exception. God's presence is infused in this world, and the consciousness, the awareness of God's presence is possible at each moment. And so as we reach out to those in any need or trouble, we remember that God's presence infuses every situation. And for this, we are grateful.
The daily word for today is remembrance. You live in my heart. Whether they have passed on recently or many years ago, the people for whom I have cared deeply are alive in my heart. If I feel sad or lonely for those I miss, I pause to recall a special memory or something unique about them that made even ordinary days feel magical. Reflecting on the love and joy we shared and the blessings their lives afforded me, I feel comforted. I am thankful that these memories will always be mine to treasure. I know that life does not end with death. Life is eternal, and my loved ones will always be beautiful, beloved expressions of spirit. I am grateful for those who have passed from this life experience, continue to live in spirit, and are forever in my heart. The scriptures from Psalm 112:6. For the righteous will never be moved, they will be remembered forever.
Broken hearts and broken wings, bring it all and everything. Bring the song you fear to sing, all is welcome here. Even if you broke your vow 1,000 times, come anyhow. We're stepping into the power of now, and all is welcome here. See the Father and the Son reunited, here they come, dancing to the sacred drum. They know they're welcome here. I see the shaman and the mighty priest. I see the beauty and the beast, singing, I shall be released. I am welcome here. So bring your laughter, bring your tears, your busy lives and your careers. Bring the pain you've carried for years. All is welcome here. Freedom is not so far away. There's only one price to pay. Live your dreams and let them fade. Let them fade and
Well, thank you so much, Ron and Jeff. Let's see if the kids would come up. I could use some help up here. Vivian, Jackson, Layla. Oh, I'm moaning before I even start to sit. That's how it's going. Well, it's good to see you guys. My name is Sky.
My name is Layla.
My name is Jackson. My name is Evelyn.
Fantastic. Great to see you guys. And how's school going?
Good.
Good. Anything particular you're liking about school this week?
We just got a new student in our class.
Yeah? And you're liking that?
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Do you know the person's name? Just
Her
the
name's
first name?
Fiona.
Fiona. Oh, I like that. Jackson, how about for you?
Nothing.
Nothing. You know, honesty is really valued here. I really appreciate your giving us that answer. Evelyn? Go ahead and take it.
My friends,
Your friends. Yeah, you haven't seen them.
Molly and Anna Kate,
Molly and Anna Kate.
they're awesome.
Beautiful. I love that smile, Evelyn. All right, so what do we have going on here behind us? Let's take a look here at this table. And yeah, it's always back here. Take that. Thank you. Let's pass the microphone around. You guys have so many thoughts. Yeah, so Evelyn?
It's usually back there.
It's usually back there, right? So it's up here.
It's flowers.
It's flowers, yeah?
The picture of Jesus isn't on there anymore.
Oh, the picture of Jesus. Yeah, what happened to where'd the picture of Jesus go? He's out. He's out in the world, you know. Got a lot to do. Okay. The candle's still here, right? So the candle's still here. So the flowers are here because we had a funeral yesterday, a memorial service for someone who died.
And that always came here?
He was a member here. His name was Adam. It was Peggy's son-in-law. And he was a young guy. He's Delilah's dad, if you might have met Delilah.
I know Delilah.
Yeah, you guys know Delilah. So Delilah's dad. Okay, so two of you remember Delilah. Jackson does not remember Delilah. That's okay. So we have flowers, and flowers are a very typical thing to have when there's... Yes, they're real. You can touch them. Go ahead. Now, be careful with these. I think, Laura, are these going to stain these lilies? You'll get some pollen. So be careful with these because you... Yeah, right. So it stains your finger. So that's the pollen. So I'm not sure all the reasons why we have flowers when, flowers are something we have at different transitions.
They always smell good.
The roses especially usually smell good. And today, Peggy is wanting everybody to take a flower home with them. And I thought I'd give you guys the first choice. One of the things that's great about this bouquet, she's going to want one. Okay, so you can take two. So we've got a lot of diversity. So which one's calling to you? Which one are you thinking you might want to take with you?
The sunflower is Mom's favorite flower.
Oh, nice. So the sunflower for your mom. Jackson, how about you? That flower. This one here? Yeah. Yeah, nice. Okay, Layla?
Probably this one.
Yeah, the red carnation. This might be like a fuchsia kind of thing. Well, go ahead and pull them out. They might be a little sticky, so pull. Oh, excellent.
Mom's gonna definitely want it.
Mom's going to love that one. That's good. And Evelyn, can you pick out one for yourself? Would you like one for yourself? Go ahead. All right, be careful with that one.
I'm gonna put this in a pot.
Okay, nice. You're going to give that to your mom? Nice. Okay, so part of the beauty of this, we think about the beauty in the world and we think about the beauty in each other. So let's close our eyes and just enjoy the beauty of this moment. Are you ready? So take a nice deep breath in. Mother, Father, God, we give thanks for these children and for the child in each and every one of us. And we give thanks for the generosity that they remind us of. Amen. All right, let's hear it for our kids. Thank you so much for coming up.
It says your microphone is rubbing against your shirt.
All right. Rich in North Carolina says, my microphone is rubbing up against my shirt, and would I relocate it? Yes? The answer is yes. And yeah. Oh my goodness. This is what I get for wearing like a shirt. Yeah. Is that better, Rich? Okay, he'll tell us. Well, since I don't have my sheet with whatever joke I had on it, I just want to tell you what is my all-time favorite joke. And every time I think of it, I laugh. And it's so short, it's going to go by really fast. Do you know why the guy who needed glasses fell into the well? He didn't see that well. Thank you very much. Yeah. That's a good one, isn't it? Yeah. Put your hand on your heart, please, and repeat after me. This is my heart. Through it, I am connected to my neighbor, to my source, and to myself. I am learning to trust it in all things. And I am grateful. Well, stepping into a spiritual process. I went to my first 12-step meeting about 35 years ago in New York City, the virtual mecca of 12-step meetings. You can find a 12-step meeting there for everything. This was before the internet, so the meeting book was like the telephone book. And you could go, if you were having a hard day, you could go to 5 or 6 meetings. There was a meeting every hour. The other thing that was really interesting, at least in New York City, was the meeting to support people who were in recovery. The meeting book for that group was twice as big as the meeting for the people that were actually in recovery. I was in New York City. My life was unmanageable, especially on the inside. You would not have known that to have looked at me. I was in a doctoral program. My life appeared successful, but on the inside, it was not. And I needed help. A friend of mine had been going to a 12-step meeting, and I was amazed at the transformation that he went through in his life, and I wanted what he had. And when I arrived, I was amazed at the spirituality of the 12 steps. The first 3 steps, oh, great. At least it's not a name. Admitted that my life was unmanageable. Jenna, my life had become unmanageable. Oh, Roger's got the big book here. Yeah, but where are the 12 steps here? Are they in the front cover? Chapter 5. Okay. Admitted that my life had become unmanageable. The step 2, acknowledged that there was a great power greater than me that could help me. And step 3, came to a decision to turn my life and will over to that power. I was in a meeting not too long ago, and someone characterized the first 3 steps as, I couldn't, somebody else could, and I let them. That's beautiful, right? Something bigger than me could do within me something that I could not find within myself, and so I opened myself up to that healing. So if we think for a minute about addiction, and I just kind of want to open this up, this might be coming from Richard Rohr and from some other writers. if just as we think about all of our lives, addiction could be defined as any habit that makes your life unmanageable. You notice in that first step, it's not, I was addicted to something. The first step is, my life had become unmanageable, right? Can I get a head nod on anyone who's ever felt that their life had become unmanageable, right? Even today, right? My life is, in some ways, not as manageable as it could be. And so, you know, if we think about this in unity terms, in terms of what the unity authors write about, we could say that an addiction is any habit, whether it's a habit in the outside world or a habit of the mind, a habit of thinking, that takes you away from knowing that you are loved, that takes you away from recognizing the light of God within you, that takes you away from knowing that you're okay and that those around you are okay too. If you think about what it might mean when your life is unmanageable, it's probably because you've forgotten that you're okay, right? And you think that this thing you're trying to manage is so important. Right? I loved the last line of that song. Live your dreams and then let it go, right? That was the key, right? That was the whole way. How does that last line go? It's I don't know, wherever it was, but the very last line of that. There's only one price. Freedom is not so far away. There's only one price you have to pay. Live your dreams and then let them go. It's not live your dreams and hold on to them obsessively, right? That's what leads to unmanageability. Living your dreams and then being able to let them go, to let them evolve, to let one dream go and let another dream come in. And so I think as we think about these two streams kind of coming together, anything that takes your mind away from knowing that you are loved is going to create unmanageability. When I forget that I'm loved, and I think I have to earn it, or I think someone's wronged me, and I'm holding a resentment because they slighted me, it's because I've forgotten that I'm loved and I'm okay. And so we're in the process in recovery, I think in a unity process, of reminding ourselves that we're loved, that the light of God is within us. It can't be removed. It can't be taken away by anything you've done or by anything that's been done to you, that you're okay and that those around you are okay. For some, unmanageability comes from alcohol. For others, through drugs. For some, it's screens, TikTok. Woo. For others, it's work. For some, it's shopping. For others, it's eating, or it's relationships. And for some, it's all of the above. When I was in New York City, there were 12-step meetings for 12-step meetings. I mean, if you were addicted to 12-step meetings, you could go to a 12-step meeting to work on that. It was amazing. Relationship, shopping, eating. I'm sure there are now internet addiction, sex addiction. It was a cornucopia of recovery. Anything that makes me numb to the beauty that's in the world, anything that makes me numb to the beauty that's in other people, and anything that makes me numb to the beauty that's within myself is going to make my life unmanageable. And so in this 12-step idea, and this happens spontaneously for some of us, you don't have to know what the steps are to recognize the evolutionary process that we've all probably gone through at different parts in our life, that we came to a conclusion, we came to what might be called a spiritual awakening, that we could be relieved of this burden of whatever has become unmanageable in our life, and then we make a decision to not do that thing or think that way anymore. When I was in New York, I became a member of a particular meeting. How do you become a member? Well, you simply have a desire to stop doing those things that make you numb. That's the qualification for membership, that you have a desire to change. And so it's so like unity, right? There's no doctrine, there's no ceremony, you don't have to believe anything or do anything, you just have a desire to do something different with your life. I remember being at a meeting and someone came in completely in their addiction, and they were welcome. They were welcome. They were in a full-blown thing. Let's say if it was alcohol, they're drunk in the meeting. But they had a desire to not be. And they were welcome, right? Everyone is welcome. It was clear that they were still loved. They weren't being disruptive. If they were being disruptive, that would have been a different thing probably. They're still loved, but you just can't be here in the meeting and be disruptive, but we'll still love you. I started to take on the mottos of the 12 steps: live and let live. Easy does it. Notice in the parking lot, one of the license plates, let it be. And I started writing a gratitude list every day. Wow. Wow. 3 gratitudes a day. I was so far gone, it took me a week to come up with 1. And even that one, I criticized myself for. My lack of self-compassion was just through the roof. And so I practiced it. I stayed with it. This step 11 that I mentioned, sought through prayer and meditation to improve my conscious contact with God as I understood God. You know, I was thinking in the hymn that we sang, of our God is in this place, and I thought, our God. Now, what does that mean? That sounds a little culty, right? It's like our God, we've possessed God, right? And so nobody else has no God. We've got our God. But no, as I was thinking about it, it's like your God as you understand God, right? Each individual here has a different understanding of what that higher power is. So it's your God, right? Your God is in this place. We don't have to all agree on what that is. I have appreciated the gradual transformation of my mind and my heart, and I am still in that transformation. Here's a funny kind of story. When I came to interview for the job that brought me to Charleston 32 years ago, I went to the interview, and then I went to a 12-step meeting. And at that 12-step meeting, I met a lot of people. I developed some friendships. And one of those people is here in this room today, right? The very first person I met, non-professionally, in Charleston, was through a 12-step meeting. And when I started coming to Unity and I saw that this person was at Unity, it was like, wow, that's pretty cool, right? I felt right at home. So my question for today for you is, what is your next step in your process of your ability to see the beauty in the world, the beauty in others, and the beauty in yourself? What is your next step in that process? What are the things that are numbing you a little bit? What are the things that might be making your life unmanageable? We all have these things, right? So what is your next step in the process of being able to see the world the beauty of the world, the beauty of others, and the beauty within yourself. It might mean spending more time outside, spending more time doing creative things like art. It might mean forgiving someone who wronged you or asking them for forgiveness. We have some folks on our Zoom, on the Zoom part of our congregation who are experts in asking others for forgiveness. They write out lists. Who do I need to talk to this month? They pray about it. They summon up the courage. Oh my gosh, they summon up to the courage to go to that person and say, hey, I've been thinking about this thing I did 30 years ago, and I want to apologize to you. Oh my gosh. Sometimes the person remembers. Oh yeah. Sometimes they say, I don't know what you're talking about. But how do we find our next step in reconciling with others, seeing the beauty in others? And what is our next step in finding the beauty within ourselves? Only you know the answer to those questions. No one can judge you on what you choose to do with your life. Only you know the answers to these things. And in conclusion, I would like to remind you, if I can find it here, maybe I can. I'd like to remind you that the road rises up to greet you. The sun is always shining on your face and on your fields, and your higher power is holding you and supporting you right now. Amen. Oh, nice. Good timing. Yeah. The road ahead. What do we do next? Sharon. Thank you. Thank you for the name tag.
Will the ushers please come forward? Let us join together in the offering blessing. Divine love, moving in and through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I give in love, I trust God, and I am grateful.
During this song, please feel free to come forward. Peggy, thank you for your gracious heart. Peggy doesn't want these flowers to go to waste, so please come forward and take a flower. Be careful with the lilies, and be careful with the thorns, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, so, or not. Don't be careful with the lily. Paint your face with them. Yeah, whatever.
I can see clearly now all the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Oh yes, I can make it now. All the pain is gone. All of the bad feelings have disappeared. Here is the rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, see clearly now, all the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Here is the rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Your turn.
Let us give thanks for the tithes and offerings that help support this church. And bless all those who contribute to the many, many activities that this church needs, sponsors, and gives. So this morning, let us picture this beautiful planet that we live on and see it surrounded and healed by whichever particular healing you would like to offer. So just visualize that beautiful planet and send to it the healing from your heart. So we say thank you, thank you, thank you for our beautiful home, for the love that we share, and for all the blessings we receive each and every day. And so it is. Amen. Let us form a circle.
Do we have any birthdays or anniversaries or anything else anybody is celebrating that we could? Who? Peggy. Peggy, that's right. Well, we'll sing. We're going to sing to you again. Okay, we're going to sing happy birthday to Peggy.